Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an emergency podcast. It's your boy Ango, joined by Billy TKO. Obviously, a very eventful day in pro wrestling history because today WWE had dropped a groundbreaking announcement, and I want to talk with someone about it.
Yes, sir.
An in-depth conversation with somebody about it, because at the end of the day, I made my video, Billy made his video, we have our thoughts, but this type of news requires dialogue. And I see a lot of people are jumping at me. They're like, Ango, you said that Netflix is a terrible idea, right? You said WWE going to streaming was a terrible idea. However, this is how I know people never seek context. And that's why I thought today would be a great day to have that conversation. Because, Billy, it's true. I said it would be a terrible idea, right? Netflix keeps increasing their prices. Streaming services are losing customers. And at the end of the day, you're making people choose between cable and streaming and all of these different things. However, there was something today that WWE announced on their press release that made me change my mind. And we got to normalize changing your mind when details are released, because they did something today that will make it more accessible for viewers outside of America. And one of the big things for me, guys, I've said this in my video. I said, listen, it could work for me, but it may not work for others because the accessibility portion
behind it. Right.
Nobody saw this coming.
No, not at all. We were sitting here last night in the same seat talking about it. What was a great Monday Night Raw.
Yes.
Not a clue that this was going to happen. I woke up this morning and I was scrolling through TikTok, if you want me to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit up and give his name because I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I'm scrolling and it said WWE Netflix. I said, oh, this is a troll, right? I said, somebody's trolling. And then I watched the video more in depth. And it was like, like WWE announces they're going to Netflix. I said, let me go to Twitter real fast. I go to Twitter. It's a shit show. 7 a.m. 7 a.m. shit show.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, my word. Then the Rock news, too.
Yeah.
Just a whole lot of good stuff. It makes me feel good. I love stuff like this.
Yeah. Obviously, a very big day. But here's the thing, guys. WWE announced their new TV deal with Netflix for 10 years. Now, a lot of people are overlooking this part. Netflix can opt out of the deal at 5 years.
Right.
And if they want to extend it for another 10 years, they can, which would make it a 20-year deal. Now, I have no idea how the hell this is going to work, but the best part about this announcement, and this is where I really change my mind in regards to this deal, because I know this is something that the other streaming services can't do. Netflix can, because Netflix is a global streaming provider. But Netflix outside of America, so this includes Canada, this includes the UK and Latin America markets, and other markets, they will receive WWE Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and in addition to that, they're going to get PLEs.
Yep.
Now, one of the biggest complaints that people ever have in America, by the way, and this is one of the reasons why I was so against streaming in general, just in general for any company, is the fact that the amount of the amount of reach you can have, the amount of eyes that you can have on your product is significantly a lot less than cable. That's not the case with Netflix, because Netflix reaches around 247 million people thanks to the fact that they're available in global markets.
So I'm going to cut into what you're saying here. So one thing, I was actually on the phone with a buddy of mine a little bit ago, and he was asking me why this was so significant. And I told him, I said, right now with cable television, Monday Night Raw averages roughly, we'll say, on a good day, 2 million viewers, right? Now looking at what the reach is, because I see a lot of people on the internet right now, oh, I can't afford it. And yeah, I get it. That sucks. You know what I mean? And, but at the end of the day, I'm looking at the lapsed fans who maybe don't want to pay for cable, right?
Yeah.
But they're going to pay for that streaming service because their favorite shows are on there right now.
100%.
You know what I mean? So looking at those lapsed fans right now and being like, oh man, like Imagine you're looking at a Raw number, and I think back to a time with Rock and McFoley, the highest segment. I think it was like 9.8 million viewers at the time
Yeah.
for the Rock's birthday or whatever. I'm looking like that could be blown out of the water right now, which is insane.
Well, yeah, it obviously is. I mean, this whole thing is insane when you think about it, because I've said this for a year. I see free TV, cable TV, streaming. Like, this is something we've kind of been it's not,
Yeah.
the idea of going to streaming is not necessarily new, but I think what they've done here is they've got themselves in a position where WWE, truth be told, man, they set themselves up for success, because realistically, what's going to happen here is Netflix is one of the more popular streaming services. Netflix is the one that is accessible in other areas. And
it's offered with like phone plans and stuff like that.
I don't even pay for Netflix.
Yeah, a lot of people.
And this is what I was saying before. It's like, yeah, I don't think Netflix is a great idea. I mean, they're constantly changing their price. They've changed their, strategies and policies regards to password sharing and stuff like that. For me personally, I have like every streaming service, right?
Yeah.
I have access to it. For me, this was about the viewers, and WWE and Netflix announced something where viewers will actually have access to it.
Yeah.
And a little bit more so for the people in the UK, for the people that, are in Canada, right? You don't have to get Peacock now for PLEs, because you could just get Netflix, right? For me personally, the way I look at this is very significant for WWE for one major reason. And the biggest thing is, hey, if WWE moves to a streaming service, they're going to get the bag and they're going to get less eyes on the product. This is not that scenario, because they will have eyes on their product. And on top of that, Netflix is a machine. Netflix will be producing documentaries and short films and stuff like that.
Listen, I've seen that. That is outstanding. WWE's reach here is going to be endless. And this should be studied. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
This should be studied. This, because I did see a lot of people coming at you on Twitter. And I want to say that it is a little wild to think that somebody cannot change their mind about something.
Brother, you think I'm worried about Twitter?
Man, I hope not, brother.
One quick look at that profile. There's one profile significantly who's like, "Oh, is this you?" Saying,
"Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that."
Guys, this account literally reposts everything from AEW. Please, if you have a genuine criticism, be genuine with it. At the end of the day, this is why I love wrestling, because people are going crazy about this and people are passionate about this. But at the end of the day, I'm people that actually care about context. I'm here to speak to the people that actually care about wrestling. And I'm here to speak to people who have the same passion as me. And if your passion is trying to have a gotcha moment on Twitter when you could be doing so much more with your time in this life that God gives you, listen, spend your time however you want, spend it wisely. But at the end of the day, we got to normalize normal behaviors. Absolutely. Those types of behaviors aren't normal. We don't acknowledge you. But you know what I do acknowledge?
What's
this
that?
Press release. This press release is beautiful, and I want to talk about it because it is a long-term deal, and it is going to be the craziest thing we've seen. And there was something that I really, really, really wanted to discuss here, because Billy, if you look at the verbiage, it doesn't say Monday Night Raw. It says WWE Raw.
Yeah. Can you imagine they just popped up? I'm sorry. I'm going to say, can you imagine they just popped up on like a Wednesday?
I mean, I guess it's not really a big deal when you consider the fact that AEW Dynamite tomorrow has a current setup for 2,500 tickets and they've only distributed 1,700. So, I mean, if you really want to go head to head and compare apples,
and we're doing, and over here, I'm sorry, we're doing $5 billion deals.
Bro, $500 million a year for 10 years.
Please, $5 billion, 10 years. Come on.
This is pretty monumental. But it is interesting, Billy, and that's kind of what I want to kick things off with. It doesn't say Monday Night Raw. It doesn't say they're staying on Monday nights. They're being very specific with WWE Raw. Now, all signs and expectations are that it stays on Mondays with 3 hours. But the question here is, Do you think it moves nights?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something that we've talked about for a long time. And it actually was like a really high on discussion that many people, it wasn't like so to the forefront, but the discussion has always kind of been there. Yeah, I do believe that they move nights. I do think that they'll go away from Mondays and make it somewhat of a more accessible day for people.
So this is where Netflix is paying very close attention to Monday Night Football.
Yep.
I don't know what to expect. I think this will be a very interesting move. Now, the deal kicks in January 2025. And for those who are unaware, January 2025 is when the deal kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
But Raw on USA Network ends in October of 2024.
Which is something I think they'll just extend it.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think they'll just extend it with USA Network, which is fine. And just let that deal kind of lapse over.
For USA Network, it makes the most sense because they're getting SmackDown.
Right, exactly. So USA isn't really losing out here.
Hell no.
No.
The reason why USA couldn't get Raw and SmackDown was because look at this huge raise that Raw got, bro.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
Now, another thing that we should talk about, and I think needs to be talked about, is the Warner Brothers Discovery stuff. Because that was huge for a moment, but it looks like Warner Brothers Discovery couldn't compete with somebody of the likes of Netflix.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why Warner Bros. Discovery couldn't compete. There's a huge reason for it.
Okay.
This entire time, the big thing with USA and Warner Bros. Has been, what about the NBA rights?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've talked about this for over a year now. Hey, you got to pay attention to the NBA rights because USA, NBC, they want NBA. They want NBA on Peacock. They want NBA on NBC primetime.
Yep.
That was over a year ago, right? Warner Bros. Discovery could very well could lose the NBA rights, which is actually a good thing for AEW.
Because that'll just put AEW in the forefront.
100%.
Yeah.
But the thing that's intriguing to me is that WWE wasn't so worried about the NBA rights. WWE was worried about getting the most potential money possible. And actually, what's really funny, it has come out that Amazon and Netflix were the final two bidding.
See, Amazon, now looking at what this deal entails, Amazon made sense from like the idea of how they would air the show.
Yes, but here's the thing with Prime Sports. That's the Amazon initiative, Prime Sports.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why Amazon lost in the bidding war, in my opinion,
there's a bidding war going on. We didn't even know about it.
Yeah, I think the reason why they lost out on the bidding war, truth be told, is because, well, one, money is a big thing, but Amazon is also, Amazon could lose money, and that's fine. They have a million things to do to make money or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think for Amazon, the biggest caveat or the biggest downfall for WWE being on Amazon is that Amazon is also just acquiring the rights. They acquired a stake in Diamond Sports, which is Bally Sports, regional sports networks.
Yep, that's us.
So the thing is, Amazon is not only getting a stake in that, and they're going to change the way Bally Sports moves forward. It's going to move to Amazon Prime. But Amazon getting other sports was a very big concern for Amazon. And I think for Amazon, their big issue is Amazon Prime is not available everywhere like Netflix is. So I think this actually, I think for WWE and for fans, actually, I think this actually benefited a lot more people because I think Netflix was very keen. I never seen rumors. I've never heard anything of Netflix wanting NFL or NBA or anything like that. Whereas Amazon obviously has made that initiative. So Netflix has the ability to give a little bit more money than Amazon because Amazon has to think of all these other things. Netflix is like, hey, Netflix can give you $500 million a year
and still bring you that same audience.
There's more people that have Netflix than Amazon Prime. WWE would have lost. WWE, in terms of potential viewership, would have been pretty horrendous under Amazon.
So I want to ask you a serious question.
Yeah.
And you can give me your thoughts on it. And it's kind of steep because it is only wrestling and not everybody is tuned into wrestling and not everybody's a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
But the idea of cable television right now and where it stands, it seems like we're in this kind of mix, right? Because they played it smart too. WWE did not leave any stone unturned here. They
100%.
kept SmackDown and NXT on live television
On purpose.
on purpose, right?
Why? Those are the people they're developing.
Exactly.
Oh, you really like Braun Breaker? You got to go pay for Netflix to go watch him on Raw.
Man. So let me ask you,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts with live cable right now where we stand? And do you think, would you agree with me is more or less, would you agree that I feel like we are in this kind of weird fold where you don't know what's going to happen, but it feels like streaming's about to completely just take over?
No, streaming will never completely take over. In fact, I don't actually, people are going to be shocked when they hear me say this. I don't think WWE lasts the full 10 years with Netflix.
Really? You don't?
I don't.
Okay.
This
so you
is
think
the
they opt out at the 5? Netflix does?
So here's where it gets interesting. This is where you have to really think long and hard, right? But just off the top of my head, the reason why I don't think it goes 10 years is because I think there's going to be a dramatic change in the streaming television dynamic.
Yeah.
Personally speaking, from my point of view, I don't really care about streaming or cable. As long as I can watch it, I don't care. For me, I'm selfish when it comes to TV. I've said this before. Like for me, it's like, hey, if everything just went to Netflix or if everything went to Amazon Prime, then I don't need to pay for cable. I don't need to pay for this, whatever, right?
Right.
I'm extremely selfish. I think there's a lot of other people who struggle with this concept of streaming. And I think there's a lot of other people who struggle with this concept of cable, because I think at the end of the day, the way the television networks are, they've pretty much eliminated the need for cable. But at the same time, too, the buyers and the consumers haven't necessarily met that. And they haven't necessarily come back and said, well, we're going to, pay you money for this. This is the reason why HBO Max struggles. This is the reason why Netflix has struggled. This is the reason why Peacock has struggled. There's too many options. It's very oversaturated, and
you have to pick which one.
100%.
Yeah.
So me personally, I think there's going to be a major shakeup. Now, here's the thing: 10 years. If Netflix opts out at 5 years, it doesn't matter because WWE got paid.
Right.
Yeah. WWE
They're
got
still
paid.
Walking away with what, 200.
Bro, it's $500 million a year.
It'd be 2.5 billion that they'd walk away with after 5 years.
$500 million a year. At the end of the day, I mean, this is a massive increase from what they had from USA Network. That's the thing. It's a massive upgrade. So I think realistically, what ends up happening is two things: either Netflix and WWE split up after 5 years, which is completely fine because they still got paid a shit ton of money, so that's fine. Or what ends up happening is when the Peacock deal ends, Netflix is the exclusive home for all WWE.
Now that I kind of worry about, because I wonder because you know how Netflix is, they take things off all the time.
So here's the thing though, with WWE, they can have a little bit of that control.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
Hey, we bring in this library, that type of thing,
It's staying here until we leave, pretty much.
Yes.
Okay.
But to really think about this across all, to really think about this long term, I think we really just have to see how the dynamic of TV shifts.
Yeah, I agree.
The one benefit to this, honestly, that I think is very extraordinary is the fact that I don't have to see a whole bunch of bot accounts talk about ratings for Monday nights,
because ratings no longer matter.
They never mattered, but now
it's like set in stone. They don't matter.
Yeah. So it's just it's a very significant deal for WWE.
But I do want to say that in that press release that you just pulled up, it still did say that it was going to be live.
Yes. So now the question is, does it go 2 hours or 3 hours?
Right. I think it's going back to 2. I think this is their way. I think they're going back to 2. I think this is their way to get back to 2.
No.
I think Triple H is 2. He knows that in 2 hours he can put a great wrestling show.
We see it all the time. It's just, here's the thing though. Money talks. Now hold on. In order for Netflix to, let's just think with common sense. If you're watching WWE on Netflix, are there commercials?
That's a good question.
Because if there's commercials, it stays 3 hours. 1000%, no doubt about it. I don't care what anybody says. I don't really think you can argue that. I think 1,000,000%, 3 hour Raw remains. If there is no ads, then Raw goes back to 2 hours. But Billy, I'm gonna tell you right now, Netflix has a plan for like $22 with no ads and it's 4K. Then they have a plan for $8 that's with ads.
Mm-hmm.
I think no matter what package you pay for, I think no matter what, you're going to have ads on your account.
Yeah, and that's my thing is regardless, I think there's always going to be ads. Now the question is WWE getting a piece of the ads? Because they are getting such a significant amount of money coming from this. You know what I'm saying? So I do question the idea that they maybe the ad revenue doesn't go to the WWE, right? Because of the significant amount.
Well,
So-
usually when it comes to TV networks buying rights for a show, the usually there is no split.
Mhm.
That doesn't apply all the time.
But
However, what I
usually,
would say is that doesn't even matter for WWE because Nick Khan is a forward thinker. There's a reason why Nick Khan has alluded to this in the past. They're putting ads on the ring.
yeah, yeah. Now
And
they
that's
are
happening.
for
I
sure.
don't 1,000,000%. They're putting ads on the rings. They're putting the ads everywhere. They're going to monetize the product like they should. I know that seems to be a very hot take, but at the end of the day, that's really what it comes down to is you got to make money. The way to do that is by putting advertisements on your ring, barricade, things like that. And there's a way to do it where it looks somewhat classy and clean. And there's a way to do it where it looks like shit, like the UFC. And TKO is here to make money. Guys, please, for as long as I make content on YouTube, which I hope continues to be a very, very long time, let me just put this out there. Tony Khan, Nick Khan, Triple H, The Rock, because we got to talk about The Rock too.
Yeah.
Ari Emanuel, Scott D'Amore. Listen, I'm sure they all love wrestling, but it's a business and they love money more. And at the end of the day, they don't really give a fuck about anything else unless it makes money.
Right, exactly.
Doesn't matter. I have not met one business person in my lifetime that has ever said, let me just lose money for the sake of losing money.
Nobody's ever said that.
It doesn't happen. We've had this conversation before when we talked about TV deals. And I said, Tony Khan looked at the money that WWE got years ago.
Yep.
And what did they do? They launched a TV show. Why? Because TV rights were paying out a lot.
Yep.
Tony Khan might love wrestling. Tony Khan loves business more.
100%.
Because no person out there, there's not a person out there that says, I love losing money.
The word's never been uttered.
100%. So at the end of the day, I think this is one of those scenarios where Nick Khan and WWE, regardless, they will make as much money as possible. And that's why I think even when you look at the Peacock deal, which my experience with Peacock has been relatively positive. I understand some people have issues with streaming, but me personally, when I watch WWE pay-per-views, it's high quality. It looks great.
I love it. I love it.
The
idea of streaming and WWE being on streaming, it makes sense looking at Peacock, right?
Yeah,
that's and that was WWE testing the waters on streaming.
Yeah,
so that was them stepping into it,
and that's why I think the real thing that people should be looking at is, okay, this is going to have Raw. I could see WWE moving off Peacock and going to Netflix.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the more you look at it, as long as the idea remains that like, oh, this is our tape library and this is staying here as long as we're here, I'm happy. I'm happy with it.
I want to read this comment. I thought it was interesting. Guys, if you want, you don't have to drop a super chat, but if you do, it's greatly appreciated. AEW will be getting more viewers because of Raw moving to Netflix, and I have to disagree 1,000,000%, and I have to call this out for what it is. Why would AEW get more viewers because Raw is moving to Netflix? Let me ask you why you think why that would be the case.
I mean, so this is a two-way street now, right? Because on one hand you can say, yeah, no, they won't, right? Because they won't, because it doesn't really matter. But on the other hand, it is that cable television scrolling through now, right? You're going to see this, and especially because we talk about the NBA rights, right?
Yeah.
Say that TNT, Warner Brothers, Discovery, they do lose that deal. Now at the forefront comes AEW. So let me ask you this. It's still not confirmed about their TV deal yet. That's something I do want to also put out there because theirs is up this year as well too, correct? We don't even know 100% if they're going to stay on TNT, but under the fact that they do, yes, I do believe if the NBA rights deal is gone, then AEW gets more exposure when it comes to, let's say, just more promotion on that end, right?
From TNT.
From TNT, yes.
Okay.
I think they get much more promotion. Maybe you see them on like the likes of ESPN,
Mhm.
right? And I think you just get more of a broad audience that you're reaching with that. But I do want to hear your take on why you don't think.
There's no it's not parallels. It's not apples to apples. This is apples to oranges. Netflix was, or excuse me, WWE Raw was not on a Warner Bro thing. It doesn't cross lap. They're not head to head. They're
Right.
not. They're
Okay.
not
They've never been
inconveniencing each other
competition.
being on the. They're not on a week head to head daily episode. Like that's not how it works with WWE and AEW. So here's the reality. If anything, WWE Raw actually gains more viewers because it is accessible to people at the same time.
Yeah.
This is one thing that nobody's factoring in. And I tried to say this earlier, and for some reason I forgot to, but nobody's factoring this in. If you watch WWE or AEW, there's an East Coast feed and there's a West Coast feed.
Yep.
Meaning when you're watching live, this is why I fucking hate ratings talk too, because this part is also not calculated. But if you live on the West Coast, you can't watch it at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. You have to wait until it's your turn.
8 p.m.
You don't get that option in the West Coast. Now that changes with Netflix. Netflix could go live Monday nights at 8 p.m. with WWE Raw.
At all three times,
sudden,
Central, Eastern.
And for everybody in the UK, Canada, Latin America markets, and the United States can all watch it. Now, I hope that is a very easy explanation as to why WWE Raw will not be losing viewers. And I hope that kind of explains why AEW is not going to get more viewers because Raw is moving to Netflix. If anything, it actually furthers WWE Raw. Now, one thing I do want to mention here, because I do want to talk about AEW's TV deal, because there is some correlation here. There is something that nobody's talking about, and it's the NBA, the NBA, the NBA. For AEW, there would be nothing greater than Warner Bros. Sticking around. 1,000%. But let me say this. They need to get paid from Warner Bros. They will. We know this. AEW, I've said this a long time ago, and I'll keep saying it. We've been waiting for 2024 so they can get that massive TV deal that makes them profitable.
Yeah.
I predict two things. I think AEW does have interest from other parties. 100%. I agree with that, and I think that's the case.
Yeah.
But the big but is this. What TV company offers streaming and what TV company offers cable? And that's Warner Bros. Discovery, because they have HBO Max. Guys, I don't think that's ever changed. AEW will get the TV deal with Warner Bros. Discovery. It will not be $500 million a year, but I think it will be a very significant amount of money. We'll see how it goes. And it's interesting because they have 4 shows, or 3, well, technically 4, right? Battle of the Belts, Rampage, Collision, Dynamite.
Yep.
You know, they're going to get probably $1 billion roughly, or close to $1 billion for all their shows and pay-per-views, and it's going to be on Warner Bros. Discovery and HBO Max. Right. 1,000% AEW goes that route. I 1,000,000% believe that. But let me say this, because this is important. This is the important part. AEW needs Warner Bros. Discovery more than Warner Bros. Discovery needs AEW.
Absolutely.
That's okay, because if AEW needs Warner Bros. Discovery, and this part, if Warner Bros. Loses NBA, now they need AEW, which forces them to pay Tony Khan more money. So not only are we looking at WWE getting more viewers, I'm not worried about AEW getting more viewers. I'm worried about AEW actually having a fucking TV platform to be on. So if it's with Warner Bros. Discovery, it's better for them long term.
Right. Now, I want to cut into, before we move on, there was somebody who left a comment. Patrick Bell. He said, WWE is about to lose fans. Watch. And I want to come out and say this is going to be a little two-parter here, right?
Yeah.
WWE may lose fans, but I want to ask a serious question. If WWE is going to lose fans, and maybe you become one of them because you don't want to pay $22 a month for Raw or just wrestling in general, let me ask you a serious question. Does that make you a fan, or are you just a fan when it's convenient for you? These are questions that need to be asked. Right now, it seems that WWE is making this move to globalize the audience, make it bigger. So are we going to sit here and be like, oh, well, and it goes back to the Elimination Chamber and how oh, we have to get up at 5 a.m. It's you're only a fan when it's convenient for you. Learn to be a fan after the fact,
Yeah.
right? Learn to understand that this is WWE making it accessible for everyone. So you can be upset that they're moving to Netflix because, oh, I'm not going to get it on the new USA Network in my United States home, but that home in Latin America that wants to watch wrestling just as bad as you, or that home in Canada that just wants to watch wrestling as bad as you, guess what? Now has access to that. Plus, we still have access to it. So just ask yourself that question. Are you only a fan when it's accessible for you, or are you a fan all the way around? Because I know me personally, I'll sit up and complain about it and I'll be upset that I got to pay this $22, but you best believe that I'm going to go pay it.
And 22 is only if you want premium with no ads.
Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
I mean, listen, there's a reason why I've paid for Netflix, and obviously now I got it for free with my phone plan. But the reason why I paid for Netflix is because Netflix has some of the best shows that I personally enjoy watching.
Yeah,
so for
absolutely.
me, it's a no-brainer. But again, when we're talking about viewership and growing fans, or people are going to be fans, not going to be fans, let's just throw that all out the window, because at the end of the day, here's the thing. I think people need to realize the globalization aspect of it. This is a platform that is available outside of the United States. We have to be a little bit more conscious about that, because at the end of the day, 2 months ago, I didn't predict WWE going to Netflix and being available in other countries. That's not what I was predicting. It wasn't even in the thought process. But now you have to understand that we're at a situation right now, as it stands, that WWE is going to have a product that is available at the same time for a lot of different markets.
Yeah.
That part is not being discussed enough. So when people say losing fans, no, the opportunity for more viewership at once is important. Now, there is a flip side to this, right? There is a flip side. This is a concern. And I don't know how WWE is going to do this, because maybe they could just lie and inflate their numbers. This is going to be interesting. Are they going to lie and inflate their numbers as to how many people actually watched live? I don't know.
That's questionable. Right now, that's questionable.
Obviously, you have to look at it from both sides, but I think that could be a possibility. But from a issue that people keep talking about is, oh, well, they're going to lose fans. No, they're not. They're going to gain fans.
That's
right?
that's my idea. Is here they will gain fans.
There's 250 million people that have Netflix. At the end of the day, there is a lot of people that have Netflix, and this is available outside of the United States. And at the same time, too, people on the West Coast can watch it live without an issue. The real question here is, what happens to the show when it's 3 hours? How do they do commercials? What is the live experience going to be like? Those are the questions that I have, because that's the thing where it's like, okay, we don't know. Netflix doesn't run live sports. They don't do live.
Never have. They never have. This will be their first step into it.
They tried doing live TV with Love is Blind reunion show, and it flopped, and it didn't work. But at the same time, too, Netflix, they're a massive company, and they're going to figure it out. Now, here's the thing, right? Out of streaming deals, I think this was the best route they could have gone based on this announcement, right? Ahead of time, I would have favored Amazon Prime for United States, because I also have Amazon Prime, but free shipping. Like, there's so much value that you get with Amazon
Prime, right?
You get Amazon Music, you get Amazon Prime Video, you get Prime shipping, you get all these different things. There's a lot of benefits to it being on Amazon. But now that we see the deal with Netflix, it's like, okay, this is good. You know what I'm saying? I think the biggest thing too is, and this is what excites me. And I know a lot of people who think I hate AEW. They're just going to be so upset to hear when I say this. But at the same time too, AEW is in a very good spot because of WWE doing this, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize, like, AEW literally should be like, man, WWE's doing the streaming stuff. WWE's doing the streaming stuff. Okay, you know what? Maybe 6-7 pay-per-views a year is a bad idea. Maybe we should do 12. Maybe we should do, all these different things, because that's what WWE's doing and getting paid. I think this is great for AEW. In fact, let me throw TNA in the wrench, right? Let me throw them in the plans. TNA shopping for a TV deal. They have TNA Plus, right? TNA can now go to TV partners and say, if you want live wrestling, we produce live wrestling.
And we got it.
And we got a library, and we got all these things, and we could bring pay-per-views. guys, the fact that WWE is able to do this, they're the first to do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is what I like. This is an interesting comparison, but I have to throw this out there.
All right.
And I like this. I like this a lot. Android versus iPhone.
Boom.
Right? Samsung will do everything before iPhone, but iPhone will
It's
do
so
it
popular.
better.
Yep.
iPhone will do it better. Oh, Samsung has AI cameras, or they have this or they have that. Apple will do the same shit, right? Oh, like there's just a lot of things that people do before iPhone, but iPhone does it best. Now, in my opinion, WWE is like Android, where they're doing it first. Now, I'm not saying AEW and TNA do it better than WWE, but what I'm saying is you can learn from the company who's doing it first and then try to be better. Doesn't mean you will be, but you can try. Now, I think WWE saying, hey, we're going to do free TV, cable, and streaming. I'm looking at these other companies and saying, man, maybe we should do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Warner Bros. And I'm saying, hey, we got to do HBO Max. You got to pay us.
And we need to do it stat.
There's a lot of great that can come from it.
Yeah.
And let me just throw this out there. The sooner that wrestling fans go away, 100%, the sooner that fans go away from talking about ratings to justify their stupid tribalist arguments, the soonest that happens, not only will they enjoy wrestling more, but I think they will also understand a little bit more about the business and why ratings don't matter.
Right.
It's about accessibility. It's about getting advertising. It's about so much more.
Mm-hmm.
And I know this is going to be very hard for people to hear me say this, and this is just me speculating. I do not think Netflix allows WWE to go TV 14. I think WWE remains the way that they are in terms of the product. But I think the reason for that is because Netflix has to make their money back, right?
I think they'll offer a little bit more leeway when it comes to like cussing and stuff like that, like the holy shit chance.
I think, I'm going to just throw this out there. I think the product is going to change in terms of they're going to fucking change a lot about their product while not changing very much at the same time.
Right, exactly.
So you'll see a different pace to the show. You'll see obviously different graphics. You might hear the holy shit chants.
Yep. I think you'll see a new stage.
The new stage, guys, I've already confirmed this. When the new TV deals start, you're seeing a whole different look for Raw, SmackDown, and NXT.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a much different look across all three of them.
That was confirmed to me a year ago, and I cannot imagine they changed their mind.
Right.
But the reason why we got to talk about these things is because Netflix allows WWE to change their product a little bit. And I think one thing that a lot of people are forgetting at this stage of the game is that they have WWE, right? WWE Raw. If this goes extremely well, WWE moves everything to Netflix.
Absolutely. 100%. If this works,
I think it does. I just can't see how it
where
doesn't.
It doesn't. Yeah,
I can't see how it doesn't.
Yeah, I agree.
On the flip side to that, and it goes back to the AEW thing.
Mm-hmm.
WWE has 3 different television partners now, 3 different TV partners. AEW, in my opinion, should go all in with Warner.
I agree.
I think Tony Khan,
they do.
And I think you go all in with Warner. You produce more content. You do your pay-per-views on HBO Max, maybe even simulcast, right? Because HBO Max does do the simulcasting with NBA.
Yeah.
So do the same thing with AEW. Go
100%.
live on Max for Dynamite. Go live on TNT or TBS, whatever.
Right.
And if I were them, I would go all in on that. And I think one of the big things too that a lot of people need to remember in this particular scenario with the TV deals and the money talks.
I do.
And that's the beauty of wrestling.
I do want to say that, yeah, it is. It's the beauty of wrestling. Right now, it looks like wrestling is about to thrive.
Brother, not about to. It's been thriving. Look at the past year.
But you're absolutely right. But I think we're about to hit a new high with this because of the people that are now about to tune in. That's just my personal thoughts. Personal thoughts there.
Today, really, it's a huge win.
For a lot of people.
It's a huge win for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, I mean, it just goes to show you that, like, the greatest thing that WWE did, in my opinion, was go through 3 different TV partners.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They played it very, very smart all the way through.
At the end of the day, and I think this is probably the craziest part about it all, is the fact that people were willing to spend this kind of money on wrestling.
Yep.
And that's a great thing for Tony Khan. It's a great thing for Triple H and Endeavor and TKO. It's also a great thing for companies like MLW and TNA who have a little bit of hope when it comes to getting a TV deal. Because I've said this before. I said, hey, man, if WWE doesn't get money, then what the fuck makes you think AEW and all these other companies will?
Right. Yeah.
There's a lot of truth to that. So this is cool, man. It's a good thing for wrestling fans. And I think I get it. Like, I think some people I've seen in the chat, they're saying, listen, like with the way the economy is and things like that.
Right. And I totally understand that. I do want to make that very clear that what I said earlier, I totally understand that not everybody has it. You know what I mean? And that's no shot to that. I completely understand, but just understand that, at the end of the day, all of this is a business. And
it is a business.
And what they're doing is good for Triple H. It was their whole shtick. It's good for business.
And I would say just join my Discord so we could talk more about how you can watch wrestling. But the big thing is the big thing is this is obviously a monumental change for the industry. And a lot of people looked at WWE like they were stupid for doing the network. WWE Network years ago.
Oh yeah, it was dumb at the time.
This
is what you call forward thinking. We're looking at a forward thinker in Nick Khan here, who obviously had an idea and a plan when he got here, and now has figured it out.
Nick Khan is the greatest asset to WWE in history,
and nobody knew it at the time. That's the craziest part. Nobody knew it. There were some people.
We got a super chat from Tattoo Nick for $4.99. He says, how does that work out for Raw being the longest running episodic TV show since they won't be on regular TV anymore with subscription cable? Brother,
they're no longer going to be.
They're no longer going to be. But that's where you start new records and new
they're going to be the longest running show on a streaming platform.
For $500 million a year, I think that's worth it.
Yeah, I'll gladly be the longest running show on your streaming platform.
Billy, can I criticize WWE for a second?
Yeah, go ahead, man. I want to hear it.
Because now I got to criticize. There's praise. This is a great
deal. There's
also
criticism.
But there's a criticism that I have for WWE here. $500 million a year just for WWE Raw. This doesn't even include the money that you got for SmackDown. This doesn't include the $50 million a year or whatever that you get for NXT.
Right.
WWE. I'm not fucking around when I say this. Finn Balor's contract's coming up. Drew McIntyre's contract is coming up. Mercedes Moné is a free agent. Okada's a free agent. All of these different names potentially having contracts going away. I know you care about business more than anything because you are a business and that's what businesses do. $500 million a year for Raw. I want you to fucking pay your talent a lot better than you were. A lot better than you were before.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, you're getting paid a shit ton of money. Keep that morale up.
Right.
The morale is very good in WWE, and I do not remember a time when morale was this good. It's been a very long time. You moved on away from the stink with Vince McMahon. You moved on from all of those bullshit, all those things that were coming up. You're moving on from this MLW lawsuit, all these different things. You have talent. You have a lot of great talent. Their contracts are coming up, and I really, really want you to pay your talent and pay free agents a good amount of money. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
You're a business, put business first. I understand. I'm not stupid. We look at profits and losses every single day when you operate a business. I understand. Yep. But at the same time, too, you have a really good roster. And you have a lot of people from AEW who want to come to WWE. You have people from TNA that want to come to WWE. You have people from Japan that want to come to WWE. And also, that does not exclude NXT and NIL talent.
WWE is a hot place right now.
It's a hot place. You're making money. These TV deals are astronomically high. Pay your talent. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Pay your talent. And also at the same time, too, because it is a business and you have to run your business. I'm not stupid. I understand. But when I say pay your talent very well, I'm just saying that when you pay your talent, don't you dare think about releasing talent.
Yep. I don't want to
Don't
hear
give me
another about.
simple-
I don't want to hear about one of those dark days.
I don't want to hear those. Those days are not fun covering.
Nope.
And I know WWE don't give a shit if I care about covering it, but I'm just saying I don't enjoy covering 200 releases when you're making record money.
Right.
When you're doing record
profit.
gates, record this, record that. So at the end of the day, WWE, you're making a shit ton of money. And I sincerely and genuinely hope that you pay people very well.
I agree.
That's all I care about. Because Tony Khan started a wrestling company, and the first thing he did, and he'll always get credit and praise for this, was he paid talent extremely well.
Yeah, and has done very well with his talent when it comes to keeping their morale high.
That's not true.
Okay,
that's definitely not true. I think you're speaking out of your ass right there. Because
listen. When it comes down to what you hear about Tony Khan, though, I know recently it's not that, but beforehand, what it was, a lot of the time it was a lot of praise. Would I be wrong?
No. Actually, since 2019, there's always been talks of backstage issues.
See, okay, all right. I know the backstage issues, but were they with Tony Khan?
Brother, he's the boss. It reflects on Triple H and Tony Khan. If morale is bad, if there's issues, yeah, it doesn't matter. That's your company. You hold shit down or you don't.
I agree there.
Another big part of today's announcement was that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is joining the company on the board of directors.
Yeah, we can get into this one.
The Rock was on ESPN earlier, or whatever it was. He was on doing this interview talking about him and Roman Reigns. And the vibe that I got from this is that The Rock and Roman Reigns is not necessarily the plans for WrestleMania 40. The vibe that I'm getting is that they're playing the long game with this, because with the Netflix deal, from a global standpoint, because now you got to remember 2025 WrestleMania 41, it's on Netflix for people outside of America.
Could be the largest stream Netflix, or the largest stream WrestleMania. Yeah.
And that, my friends, is enough for me to say Cody finishes the story this year.
Let's do it. But
what do you think of The Rock? Oh, hold on. What do you think of The Rock and Triple H running the fucking WWE?
It's insane. It's insane when you actually think back.
Let's just clarify. He's actually just on the board of directors. He's not creative or anything like that. He's on the board. He's got like a $30 million payout of stock or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a part of what they're doing now, which is great for him. You know what I mean? He also finally owns his name. I'm not sure if you knew that or not.
They gave him the full rights, which, holy shit, this is not the same WWE.
They just don't hand that stuff out. And a lot of people that I talked to, not everybody knew that WWE owned his name, but nobody realized that when he was mentioned outside of WWE, it was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah.
And it was never just The Rock, like he's always been mentioned in the WWE. So I seen that news of him getting his name, and I thought instantly of John Cena.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder if they're ever going to give that guy his name, his real name too.
I mean, this changes everything, right? Because if you look at it from that perspective, I mean, and here's the thing, right? It's The Rock. I'm sure The Rock negotiated this.
Oh, 100%. And he's a smart man too.
And also, it's a little bit different. But like, they let Jade Cargill keep her name. Mm-hmm. They let Dragon Lee keep his name.
Cody Rhodes kept his.
Cody kept his name. Butch just went back to Pete Dunne.
Right.
I think WWE is changing course, man. I don't know.
And you were a high talker about the intellectual property.
That's what we've seen from WWE. That's what made WWE the way WWE is.
Yeah.
This is like
it's just a crazy day for wrestling.
I swear, man.
It's been one of the craziest days for wrestling that I've seen in a nice long time. Right? I know there's always been, with the signings and stuff like that. Obviously, when CM Punk returned, that was huge. The Rock, blah, all those things. But I think overall, wrestling in general, it's a huge day.
As a content creator, like full transparency to people watching. Like me personally, I'm ecstatic by today's news.
Yep.
I'm ecstatic for a lot of what could be coming for AEW as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and I don't know if I talked about this before, but I've always kind of wondered, what does wrestling look like when Vince McMahon is gone? And I'll be honest, I've never had a positive thought.
He was in the picture.
It was always like, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be talking about wrestling because I don't know what will happen to the WWE.
Right.
And I always looked at wrestling as like, well, WWE is the biggest. So if WWE fails, it's a domino effect for the entire industry.
Right.
And as WWE gains more success and WWE gets more money and all of these different things, I kind of look at it as like a holy shit. I cannot believe this is what's happening to the industry.
Yeah.
As somebody who covers this full time, it's like pretty insane. I don't know, man. It's like The Rock joining the board. Vince McMahon shaved his mustache. WWE new TV deal. Like there's just so much shit that's happening in wrestling. And I don't think any of this could have been predicted.
No, not at this moment in time.
It's fascinating to see, man. And I think, it's crazy, right? Because if you're somebody in wrestling, you look at this, I think, with a little bit more optimism.
Absolutely.
Like there's major companies to go to. You have TNA, who is searching for a TV deal themselves. There's some potential talks with TNA getting a nice one too,
Yeah.
Like there's things cooking in this industry, and it's like, I swear, I don't think it was ever going to get this good. And, I have that fear beforehand because I'm like, I just don't know what it would look like.
Right.
And I don't know if it would be good. And thankfully, today's one of those days where we're talking about positive news.
Yep.
Believe it or not, the WWE Netflix deal is also really fucking awesome for AEW and TNA.
It's awesome for all those wrestling companies.
This type of deal shows you what other companies could do, which is why I'm so happy. It goes to show you the wrestling industry is like, these companies want to invest in wrestling.
Absolutely.
And for a long time, it seemed like wrestling companies were kind of like bottom of the barrel. But there's a lot of value in wrestling, and there's a lot of value being a live show 52 weeks a year. And so I do appreciate the fact that WWE and AEW exist. And I appreciate the fact that these companies are doing great things, even if you don't like the creative, even if you don't like certain things or whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that these companies are big is a good thing because it gives a lot of options. And you can see what finally could be achieved when you put on a live product every week. And, this is why I think I'm such a big believer in TKO was the greatest thing to ever happen to WWE.
Which is crazy because not everybody thought that instantly.
I know for a fact, I remember telling you.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm scared to see what Endeavor does because of the way that they treat UFC.
Mm-hmm. And we all thought, and I'll be completely transparent, I was the same believer that it was going to be the same thing. They were going to treat it like the UFC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was a firm believer in that.
UFC doesn't pay their talent at all. They don't care to keep their talent. It doesn't seem like they care. And obviously all those things definitely have an effect on WWE because they're merged into one. But
right,
WWE has a model where I think UFC can learn from. There's things that UFC does that WWE can learn from. But I just feel like this was a better sell to TKO than it was for, like, let's say Disney or NBC. Yeah. NBC owning WWE, I feel like I don't know. I think back then, I believed back then it probably would have been better for NBC because they're so aligned with WWE's vision and they're such a longtime partner. But I feel like Ari Emanuel, and I remember saying this, everybody's like, "Oh, Vince McMahon is going to run WWE into the ground with
dude." When you looked instantly at like the picture of the two of them sitting there and doing the interview and stuff like that, instantly people thought that was going to be the case. He was just about to move them back into power.
You have to remember, and this is why I say you got to think with common sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes back to what I was saying. Ari Emanuel made the decision for Vince to get out of creative because Ari Emanuel's not stupid. He saw what Triple H and Nick Khan have been doing to build up this product. Mm-hmm. Vince McMahon was hurting that.
Right.
Ari Emanuel is a businessman. So for every person that said Vince is doing this in cahoots with Ari Emanuel, I kept saying, I'm like, no, Ari Emanuel cares about money more than a relationship with Vince McMahon. Because
this is a proven fact.
Businesses do not give a fuck about personal feelings.
Nope.
That's 100% true.
Yep.
100% true.
How many times have you heard the saying, "Oh, well, at the end of the day, it's a business"?
Million trillion times.
Yep.
I know it sucks to hear that because I think that is so fucking evil to put profits over people. But at the same time, too, I get it and I understand it. I don't agree with it. But in this case with Vince McMahon, it worked out in our favor because WWE is way better with Triple H and Nick Khan and the way they've been doing things than with Vince McMahon. Yep. So personally speaking, I think this has actually become one of the greatest things that happened to the wrestling industry. Obviously, it's only been like a year. It hasn't even been, too long. But so far with
what is on trajectory.
And despite AEW having some issues with ticket sales and stuff like that, what I look at is when WWE is doing good and you have money coming in for wrestling, I look at this as a very positive thing for AEW, TNA, NWA, and MLW. You need WWE to be doing this so you can also be going upwards. And I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. But now it's a little bit different because I did want to talk about The Rock versus Roman. And again, The Rock just doing that interview, it kind of seemed to me that maybe the long-term plan is Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania 41.
Yeah. It now looks like that can be the case. I'm still a firm believer that you could do it this year if you wanted to.
No,
you could. I mean,
no, Cody versus Roman is finishing.
No. I'm talking about them at the Elimination Chamber. I'm not talking about them at WrestleMania. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Pause.
Good. I just needed to make sure.
No. Dude, I'm wearing a Cody Rhodes t-shirt. I am a firm believer in that story is finishing at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But I still do believe that you could do Rock and Roman this year because I still think you need that huge match. Unless, right? Because I think I seen somebody drop it in the chat. Cody versus Punk at the Elimination Chamber. So if you do want to extend it out until WrestleMania 41 and you still want a big match in Australia, having Cody versus Punk one-on-one in Australia. Imagine if Cody eliminated Punk or Punk eliminated Cody.
I don't know.
Crazy stuff. I don't know where they're about to go. Now I'm even more confused.
Today's news adds just to the unpredictability.
Yeah, it really does.
When you think of The Rock, it's like...
Because The Rock could show up Sunday and I'll be like, oh, so they just stayed the course.
Dude, what a fucking day.
Honestly, this day has been insane. I don't know how to take it. There's a lot going on. There is a lot of stuff going on. Nick Khan is actually on Pat McAfee's show.
Yeah. I'm going to end up watching that back.
Yeah.
Just typical PR that they do.
Yeah, just running out. And I can imagine he's probably dropping a couple things in there that we're not 100% sure on yet. And he's probably answering some questions.
Nick Khan is a very strategic man.
Absolutely knows what he's doing. And doing it on Pat McAfee's show, of all places, is even smarter.
Bring him back to SmackDown, baby.
Bring him back to SmackDown. That's it.
Bring in Pat McAfee. It's interesting. The Rock, Pat McAfee, Nick Khan, they had this little bit of a relationship. I hope it doesn't bite him in the ass. I hope The Rock understands. Well, The Rock is on. The Rock has nothing to do with creative, so I don't care. But I hope The Rock doesn't use Nick Khan and they use that influence to be like, well, hey, it should be me and Roman versus Cody. Fuck Cody. Get Cody out of here. I hope they don't do that shit. Cody, finish the fucking story.
Yeah, Cody is finishing his story this year, and I think looking at it now and how WWE is playing such the long game, I think there's no better time, right? There's no better time than now. You have this many eyes on the product. You want that super baby face? Guess what you can get right now?
Boys, hold on.
Yep, see? I knew something.
Hold on. Hold on.
What's going on?
Hold on, guys. I need to confirm this. Hold on.
Before you go putting it out?
Hold on. Nick Khan just confirmed.
See, I knew it.
Hold on. WWE Raw might be moving off Monday nights.
This is huge.
That hasn't been decided.
Okay. What else has he done, Ango?
Hold on.
Waiting for confirmation.
I'm looking. Oh, Nick Khan did confirm that Raw will stay on Monday nights, but it could potentially be moved.
Okay. All right. So for now, it's staying on Monday nights.
That scared me for a second.
Somebody said Wednesday Night Raw. I'm reading the chat in here, guys.
No Wednesday Night Raw. We don't want that shit. I don't want them going head to head with AEW. You can't listen, bro. You can't have them go head to head with AEW because it's not.
They don't need to.
AEW would get slaughtered, man. Chris Jericho literally said this company would do more viewers than Raw, and they haven't even come close, bro.
Yep.
And like, I'm sorry, but shut the fuck up with all the comparisons between the two and just watch the show that you want. And at the end of the day, like when you talk about ratings and you talk about, oh, we're gonna come close to their ratings, and then you fucking drop down to 700,000.
Yeah.
I don't care about ratings conversations, but like when you do that, it's like you look stupid, you know?
Yep.
Where the fuck is this? I just seen it. The problem with having two monitors and one that's constantly refreshing.
Somebody said Tim Tebow might be heading to WWE.
I always felt like Tim Tebow would be a good wrestler.
He would be. He would be great. I just don't know how to
Honestly.
feel about the comment. Tim Tebow would be great in the WWE.
I really did think so.
Yeah, and I see a lot of people saying like they can't do Tuesday. NXT is on Tuesday. Now, I want to make something clear that none of those days have been confirmed.
Yeah, 100%. NXT was actually expected to move.
Yeah,
the original thing, like I don't know, 6-7 months ago that I heard or whatever it was.
Yeah,
maybe it was a year ago. Was SmackDown would get off Friday nights. Whether it was Thursday or Tuesday, I didn't know, but that was the thing that I heard. I could see NXT moving to Thursdays, and I could see WWE SmackDown moving to Tuesdays.
Yep.
But I don't know. It'll be interesting. Okay. The thing that I was looking for is not on here, so we'll have to wait on that.
So, all right. Hold on, because I'm seeing a lot of people in your chat asking about last night, how we ended the stream.
What are they asking?
They're asking, what was the screenshot that you seen?
Oh, I can't share.
Can't share. All right.
Can't
there
share.
you guys are.
But hey, Okada might be coming to WWE. Hey, guys, Okada is rumored to have joined WWE. I talked about it in my news video today.
Yep.
There is a very interesting source that confirmed that Okada is coming to WWE and potentially NXT. I think that's a very dumb idea to go to NXT. I get it, but I think it's dumb. But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. We will see.
Yeah. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I found something. No, listen. I see you guys are saying Sean Ross shot it down or whatever.
Yeah.
He didn't. He just said the talks were premature, according to sources.
Right.
There was nothing that confirmed him going to NXT or WWE.
There's going to be a lot of stuff today that people see. I really want to make that clear. There's going to be a lot of stuff that you guys see. So definitely just watch what you're, looking at.
Hold on. Let's see.
The Tim Tebow stuff is still got me all excited.
Yeah, but I care more about Okada than Tim Tebow, so I would much rather see Okada join WWE.
Yeah, now
not NXT, but I would much rather see him.
Now I'm questioning it. Now I want Tim Tebow. I'm sorry. I'm trolling, guys. I'm trolling.
Matt's Tube of You dropped a $5 super chat. He says, great coverage, guys. Don't know Don't know if this has been covered, but what does this do to the direction of content for WWE? Edgier, staying more family
Yeah,
oriented?
we talked a little bit about it.
Very briefly.
Yeah.
I'll answer this first, then Billy, I'll let you go.
Yeah.
Because I don't have much to say. I think WWE will continue doing what WWE does. I think you'll see a different change a little bit to the presentation because that was expected long before the TV deal was announced. In terms of getting edgier or family oriented, they don't have to. In my opinion, they don't have to. But it really, to answer this question, I think it really depends on the commercials and if they're gonna, like, how Netflix plans to monetize it, because Netflix is a streaming platform first and foremost.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. I think you're just gonna see like maybe because USA, they definitely like block out, like I talked about it a little bit ago, like the holy shit chants and stuff like that. Like you don't hear that on live television, but I think you will get that while also keeping the product kind of in the same direction that it's already in, keeping it very family oriented, because at the end of the day, you want families to watch your show and not just individuals. You prefer to have families, right? Because the more families separate, the more they will continue on and it becomes tradition. So WWE is looking to create a tradition within families rather than just create an experience for one singular individual. That's my thought on it.
Cool. Thank you, Matt's Tube of You, for the super chat. I appreciate it. We did get some news from CNBC. It was confirmed matches on WWE Raw will be scripted around commercial breaks to satisfy ad-free customers who will see continued action from live matches that aren't important to the outcome, such as a wrestler in sustained headlock. So what this means is wrestlers will keep wrestling during
the ad break.
During the ad break.
So the idea that, I mean, they've always they haven't kept wrestling during the ad breaks always. But in front of a live audience, they have.
So during the pandemic, no,
yeah, they had stopped.
They had stopped their matches during commercial breaks, which is fine. You don't risk the injury,
right? Not during a commercial break when nobody's watching you.
Now, in terms of this, what I will say is, I believe that the Netflix that's included in my phone plan is it's with ads, I think,
probably,
but only for TV shows. I think for movies, there's no ads.
Yeah,
I don't know. I will say, if my phone plan allows me to pay the difference to go ad free, I'll just do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do the ad free version.
But I want to pay the difference. I don't want to pay $22 a month for Netflix,
right?
Because I think that's stupid. But
see, I don't have it in my phone plan.
Yeah. Oh shit. Triple H tweeted at Pat McAfee. So Pat McAfee posted a thing where he's like, congrats to all my friends at WWE.
Yeah.
And Triple H goes, "You're a part of this, Pat McAfee. You can't get away now." LOL.
Dude, it's awesome seeing him have fun with this. Tell me it's not. It's awesome.
No, I mean, listen, let's just call it what it is. Let's just call it what it is. For social media, I think Tony Khan should look at how Triple H does social media. You don't need to tweet about your competition. You don't need to be tweeting about all this random shit. Like,
do big shit like this and have fun.
The funny thing is, I actually did not think. I thought Triple H was going to be much more like Dana White in terms of the way he handles himself.
Yeah,
like on the public. I'm glad he isn't, because Dana White and Tony Khan are very similar in that regard. The way they talk about competition and shit. I like seeing the professionalism of Triple H and just being more fun and being more human.
Yep.
But Pat McAfee, come back to SmackDown, please.
please get back to SmackDown.
I want to change a prediction that I had earlier.
Okay. All right.
I said something along the lines of, "Hey, I don't think they even make it the full 10 years."
You think it's changing?
I think I have not read anything that's led me to think about this, but I keep thinking about the international aspect of it.
It's the big bag.
Guys, I think WWE, NXT Europe, we're not talking about that. NXT Japan, their global localization plan. I think WWE, once Peacock is done, I think WWE moves everything to Netflix. Netflix will be the exclusive home to the WWE library and premium live events. The only difference would be NXT on the CW and USA having SmackDown.
Yeah.
I think everything else goes to Netflix. I can see that very much happening.
Absolutely. I 100% agree there.
Like
I said, they're focused on the big bag.
100%. But
Yeah.
that's the cool thing, man. 3 different TV deals paying a shit ton of money. It's fantastic to see that happen, because this is like this is one of those things, dude, where I think they didn't put all their eggs in one basket. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but they're just so large that they don't have to.
Right.
Where I think for Tony Khan, the value is not Dynamite. Tony Khan's value is Dynamite, Rampage, Collision, Battle of the Belts, pay-per-views,
all
library,
of it.
and ROH to a certain extent.
Yeah.
They have to go all eggs in one basket to get the most amount of money possible.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited. I think this excites me more than Raw going to WBD, because that was a very, just so people understand, that appears to be
huge. That was a huge topic,
and that was very close to happening.
Yes,
but I think WWE just,
they waited it out. They wanted to see. I think you hit the nail on the head with the idea that they were waiting out on the NBA rights.
I hope the NBA goes to NBC so much.
So do I.
First of all, for me, I love the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time since NBA has been on NBC, but like,
I think you'll get really good good audience programming.
For SmackDown, that benefits them greatly, because the NBA cross promotion that you can do.
Yep.
But also at the same time too, for AEW, I just can't imagine them not getting more money with NBA gone. So for AEW becoming profitable, getting that massive TV deal from Warner would be a massive, but if they don't have the NBA, they should get more money. So I like that idea of them getting paid a lot. Mm-hmm. One thing too, I want to kind of point out is like AEW attendance is very low right now. Like they're struggling with attendance, and I think when we talk about signings and we talk about all these different things, like AEW can recover from that. I do believe they can.
Yeah.
But I think for AEW, if they can just get back to being hot in terms of ticket sales,
they'll be fine.
I think it's like, if they can't do that, they can't be doing these big arenas.
Right. And they need to step down almost.
Why I say this is because perception is reality.
Right.
You can tell a product is cold when you're looking at the hard cam and you're looking at all these different things when people aren't seeing.
But as long as my idea and my thought process, number one is if AEW can step out of the realm that WWE is just going to be the number one right now, and I think you said it earlier, WWE is the number one right now. I think once AEW removes themselves from the idea of WWE and starts to solely focus on the company that they have, I think that's when we're going to see AEW thrive to an extent that we've been waiting for since the beginning. When it happened, when it originally happened, the idea was alternative, right? So Here we are, alternative AEW. I think they're gonna. In fact, I know they'll be fine at the end of the day. Tony Khan, I think we've talked about it, is only going to go out of this business if he wants to.
100%.
Yeah, they're going to be fine regardless. But at the end of the day, perception is reality. Perception is if you're doing these big arenas, then it's going to look. Your show's going to look like it's not doing well. Right 100%. Now, where we stand.
Yeah. Perception is everything. And I think that's why Tony Khan brought back the ranking system. He's going back to being the alternative. I think Tony Khan is smart enough to realize, hey,
he sees he sees what's happening.
It's like I said yesterday, they've hit their ceiling. And the reality is WWE is just so much larger and far ahead of them.
Yeah.
And wrestling fans really seem to get bothered by that statement, but the reality is that's true.
Right.
And that's okay. That's okay to not have to be number one. Mm-hmm. It's okay not to be the number one desired product. It's not okay for you to be number two and suck ass.
Right.
So you have to get
if
better.
You're going to be number two, you have to be number two and be the best number two that you can do.
And the good thing is, I think that's okay. AEW can do that.
Yeah.
But that's why I want AEW to get paid a lot of money with the TV deal, because then I'm hoping it kind of inspires them to say, hey, let's really focus on the content. But that's why people need to realize the WWE Netflix thing is so massive, because if you have this massive TV deal with a streaming company and a great broadcasting partner for broadcast TV for NXT, and you have cable for SmackDown, you're showing that 3 different television partners are interested in wrestling.
Right.
And there was a time period where television partners didn't want wrestling.
You remember when WCW was booted off the air? Because I do.
Sucked.
Yeah.
Fucking terrible. That was ass. That was the worst thing that could fucking happen to wrestling.
And now it's thriving bigger than we've ever seen.
100%.
Love that.
Super chat from Titus, $4.99. Titus, I don't know if I've ever received a super chat from you before.
Can I do the?
Oh yeah, I see. Like, okay, I see where you're going with it. Titus says, "Great coverage, guys. I love this channel. Question: Since Kevin Patrick is leaving commentary on SmackDown, do you all think Pat McAfee is coming back?" So let's talk about this. Who do you think is the more ideal person to replace Kevin Patrick?
I mean, knowing that Pat McAfee's already with the WWE, I think Pat McAfee is the guy. Dream scenario is Mauro Ranallo. But you said right now, looking at the landscape, I'll let you answer that. You said it last night.
Vic Joseph, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I love Vic Joseph.
Yeah.
I really do. I want Vic Joseph to be on the main roster. I want to throw a curveball. There's one man who hasn't re-signed with AEW. He's expressed desire to stay with AEW.
I know who you're talking about.
AEW has treated him very well.
Mm-hmm. I know who you're talking about.
Anthony Oderwald, he just said it in the chat. Jim Ross, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know how possible that is.
You want to see him come back home?
What I would like to see, Jim Ross join WWE specifically for PLEs.
That would be
Jim Ross and Michael Cole only for PLEs.
That would be beautiful.
Vic Joseph on SmackDown with Wade Barrett. On Raw, I want Corey Graves and Michael Cole.
Yes, absolutely.
Right now it's Wade Barrett and Cole on Raw. But here's the thing. Dude, there's so many ways they could go about this. But I think, listen, if you're the WWE, Vic Joseph on SmackDown with Corey Graves is like, just in terms of replacing Kevin Patrick, that's the easiest decision you can make.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you want to do another switch up, you could switch it up a lot of ways. Bring Jim Ross into the company, do PLEs with Michael Cole.
Yep.
Unless they do a 3-man booth, you can always do Jim Ross, Corey Graves, Michael Cole.
Yep.
Or what you could do is move Wade Barrett to SmackDown,
right,
with Corey Graves. Vic Joseph goes to Raw with Michael Cole.
So many beautiful things you can go. I stand with the idea that I would love to see Mauro Ranallo back on my TV. You have no idea how much I would love to see him back on my TV, Ango. You're telling me you don't want to hear Mamma Mia?
I'd rather have him on NXT.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it that way, but I mean, I prefer him on SmackDown, especially with how hot the product is. Come on, it would be exciting.
I don't
fascinating. I don't either, but that is one thing that I would love to. Yeah, somebody said it. Mauro is too busy with Bellator and boxing. Absolutely, he does have a lot going on in those two worlds right there.
There is a guy on NXT Level Up, and I always forget his name, unfortunately. Let me see. Let me just Pseudo Shah. He's been doing NXT stuff, NXT Level Up. He's been doing stuff in the Performance Center.
Okay.
I would call him up to NXT main programming.
Let
Vic Joseph goes to SmackDown with Corey Graves. WWE Raw, Wade Barrett, Michael Cole. That's the easiest solution.
Yeah.
For PLEs, see what I really want WWE to do with PLEs, and this would be a good idea. Treat your premium live events no different than you would when you watch NBA on TNT. You know, when you got the kickoff show for WWE, like you have, you know, Jackie Redmond and Peter Rosenberg and like all these different people. What I would do is bring in your veterans, bring in your Jim Ross, bring in Michael Cole. You know, I don't
kind of like NBA does with like Shaq, Charles Barkley, and stuff like
your
that.
all-star cast for those.
Yeah.
And what I would do too, you know, WWE did this before on an episode of Raw where Michael Cole, and I think it was, I could be wrong on who it was, but I think it was Michael Cole and Corey Graves. They were standing like on the stage with their backs toward the crowd and the camera was on them and they're talking or whatever. Like I would do that sometimes on TV.
Yeah.
With like a correspondent that's like Jim Ross or whatever, you know.
Yep. I would love that.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. Yep. I like it. Lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff.
Put it this way. I expect a lot of changes, though.
Yeah.
This
There's
company's
definitely
they're kind of, they got the new era. Like, I feel like it officially started, you know?
hmm
But I feel like this is another change to the new era where it's like, oh, by the way.
Yeah. We're just wiping clean of everything that once was.
Yeah. Very interestingly enough, there is something I just got a little tidbit on.
Okay.
This hasn't been reported. First, Titus, thank you for your super chat. I appreciate it. Bring Pat McAfee back for certain episodes, or you could bring him back full time. But
Worldwide?
yeah. Or hey, Titus O'Neil was great on commentary. That
He
one
was.
time.
He was. He was.
You could bring in Titus O'Neil. I swear to God, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
I did want to throw this out there. I got a little tidbit that was sent to me. I'm going to throw this out there. Said, hey, Ango, I'm watching your stream. Just want to pass this by. I would fully expect SmackDown to move nights.
Yeah, I mean, I see it too.
So let's go back to
They've been known for moving nights every time they've gotten a TV deal. Not every time, but a lot of the times.
get SmackDown on Friday nights. Don't put NXT on Friday nights. I don't want WWE on Friday nights. Let me enjoy my Fridays and Saturday nights. Thank you very much.
Let's do Monday through Thursday. I can work with those.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It is. It is. What if you did
Justin Kennington dropped a $2 super chat. What was the master Easter egg last night? Justin, I cannot discuss that currently. But what I would say is that we will see next week on Raw or SmackDown this week if there's a follow-up to it.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be very clear on it before speaking about the Easter egg, because it seems like they planted a seed to something. Then there was some news that dropped today, which further coincides with this Easter egg.
Can I say something? Can I say that Ango is very transparent with all of you guys and how amazing that is? He's just keeping all his eggs in one basket, making sure that he's good on his end. I just want to say that's awesome, man. Being very transparent and telling them that is awesome.
Yeah, very, very, very cool stuff that's happening in wrestling. And trust me, guys, we will definitely talk about it. Very good times ahead of us. Justin, thank you for the super chat. J.A. Universal says, Ango, what if Jeremy Borash replaces Kevin Patrick? Would never be against this. Jeremy Borash is one of my favorites. From my understanding, though, Jeremy Borash is literally doing production stuff with WWE. And from what I'm hearing, too, WWE brought in a guy from ESPN to replace Kevin Dunn. We made a video on this about a week or two ago. They replaced Kevin Dunn. It's a guy that has ESPN experience, football and all that stuff, which is interesting. I don't know if you guys have noticed the Tyler Bates, Pete Dunne stuff on SmackDown. From my understanding, that's a Jeremy Borash type of thing. Oh. So I don't expect Jeremy Borash to be a TV character, but let's just face it, Triple H loves Jeremy Borash, and I think from a backstage standpoint, he's going to be very, very influential there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, WWE just taking advantage of all this PR today. John Cena has been announced for Impulsive tomorrow. He's going to the US Championship with Mike Malak and Logan Paul, and he's
man.
So WWE just on fire right now with this type of stuff. It's crazy, man.
Putting John Cena on Impulsive is crazy.
Yeah. This is I would like to see them set that match up for one day. So
would I. I would love to see it.
Yeah. Let me answer this really quick. The guy who replaced Dunn is under fire. Anytime a company brings somebody outside into a company when you could just promote people, you're always going to be pissed off.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, though, they needed somebody to replace Dunn from the outside because you have to put a spin on the product that you currently have. You can't have the same people that were running things like Kevin Dunn replace Kevin Dunn. You need to bring somebody who's going to bring a fresh change to WWE, which already in a short period of time, the production has already been better. There's not a trillion camera cuts. Vignettes and stuff like that have been produced extremely well. So I understand why people would criticize him and why people would be upset, but at the same time too, you can't do this whole thing where it's like, Oh, the guy who's been working for Kevin Dunn for 15 years takes his job, and oh, by the way,
Right.
WWE Raw still looks like Kevin Dunn's Raw. You know.
Yeah.
Mike, I like this because Billy, you brought this up before.
Yep.
Logan Paul, Grayson Waller theory.
Count me in.
You brought that up a couple streams ago.
Yeah. I think it was like 2 weeks ago.
Interesting.
I would love to see it. I think you'll see a little bit of it played into on tomorrow's episode now of Impulsive, and I'll be viewing Impulsive.
Yeah.
Good stuff. What? Are we sure Impulsive would be tomorrow? Are we sure it's not today? They drop episodes on Tuesday.
Logan Paul said it on Twitter.
Really?
Tomorrow's.
Okay.
Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah, they've always dropped them on Tuesday. It's weird. If you guys don't know, I'm a watcher of Impulsive.
Yeah, when they do the WWE stuff, it's great.
Yeah, absolutely. They have a lot of good interviews. I think him and Mike, they mesh well together.
I miss George. George was a great part.
Love George. George.
His podcast is actually fire too.
It is. I love watching George. George is great. But yeah, man, WWE's on fire. Man, today is a big day. Today's been massive for the WWE, and I love it. I love it. They deserve every little bit of what is going on.
Crazy, man. This is phenomenal day for pro wrestling, man. I definitely didn't expect to wake up and hear this news. And it was funny because I've been kind of wondering, I'm like, man, when the fuck are they going to announce the TV deal?
Can I joke a little bit here real fast? So somebody in the comments said, I think they need to get rid of Nick Khan. And I would just like to say that you just made a company $5 billion. Get rid of them. Okay. And go bring yourself back.
Only for one TV show.
Only for one.
Are we going to ignore the amount of money that they got for SmackDown and NXT? I don't know, man.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. But hey, he needs to go.
Quite interesting.
I hope nobody takes me serious. No, Nick Khan is fine. He did massive numbers for WWE. He's going nowhere.
He's changed the company, dude.
Yeah.
He's literally changed the company.
Yeah, 100%.
We're talking. Nick Khan made this company $5 billion on a TV deal.
$5 billion.
$5 bill,
potentially
Phil.
10.
$5 bill, Phil, brother.
$5 bill, Phil. Potentially 10 though, because Netflix can extend it.
Oh my god, bro. I need to see. So Greg Peters is the CEO for Netflix.
Okay.
I just Googled it because I had no idea who it was before. I need CM Punk to go on Raw after he wins the Royal Rumble. Greg Peters calls me $5 bill, Phil.
Yeah, because now every wrestling fan is gonna know who Greg Peters is.
Do you think CM Punk coming back to WWE gave him a little bit more money with the TV deal?
Absolutely.
Especially because he's on Raw.
Absolutely. That's why he went to Raw.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because realistically, they gave us the feud that we wanted kind of right away. I mean, I thought they could have went to the Roman Reigns stuff right away with CM Punk. Yeah. Obviously, it would have been hard, but WWE had a plan. They knew what they were doing, and they leveraged CM Punk being there in their favor. Like, hey, look at who we got. You know what I mean?
Pretty insane, dude.
Very insane. Very, very insane.
What the fuck?
Man. Saturday is going to tell a lot. Somebody said $5 bill, Phil.
It's $5 bill, Phil.
Right.
They got $5 billion TV deal, bro. That's pretty insane. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Remarkable times, dude. I think remarkable times. Even they got more money than the NCAA, bro.
That's insane.
Like pretty insane. Pretty insane. Obviously a big day for pro wrestling, and it's not going to stop. Saturday is going to be pretty remarkable, and I think this just increases the hype.
Yeah.
Just crazy in general, just to see this all transpire and how it's transpired. But I see some people saying in the chat, Cody Rhodes re-signed. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, no, I didn't see anything either. But I did see that he had a conversation with The Rock, and something about Fightful reporting that they would have something about the conversation. I don't know.
What an interesting time, dude. What an
interesting time. Hold on. Let me go. I seen some. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything for Cody.
I wouldn't be shocked if he re-signed.
I mean, it makes sense.
They better re-sign him before Rock versus Roman. If they don't,
better get him now.
Can you imagine? Like, they don't re-sign Cody.
Oh, don't say that! Don't say that. This chat's gonna go. They're gonna go bonkers.
Yeah.
Because how funny would that be?
I wouldn't. I mean, it goes back to what I said, bro. You're getting a $5 billion TV deal just for Raw, and you're getting all this stuff for SmackDown.
Pay all your talent.
Pay your talent money, bro.
Yep. Pay all your talent.
On top talent. You know, the thing with Mercedes money this whole entire time was, hey, it's because of money. Right. Like, she wants to go. It's like a bidding war type of thing.
Yep.
You know, if that's the case,
WWE can pay it.
Yeah, I mean, they could have paid it before anyways.
Right, yeah.
Don't let money be your excuse to not signing your talent and not signing free agents.
Exactly.
Drew McIntyre's contract, like, if I'm Drew, I would say, hey, man, $5 billion for Raw, pay me some money.
Right. Because now you have that. Now you can walk in and be like, hey, you got to pay me. I know how much money you're getting.
What a time, dude.
What a time, man. I love it. I love it. Pro wrestling's so hot. It's so beautiful.
I'm going to laugh so hard when Netflix is like, oh, by the way, ad-free, $35 a month.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do.
I don't think they'll do that.
You don't think so?
Nah.
I have a thought process that they might, just because I know the history of Netflix. And they love bumping their prices up.
They do, but they still have the cheaper option with ads. That's why they incorporated ads into it.
Yeah, you know? I know why they didn't.
See, the thing is, I don't necessarily mind commercials and ads, personally speaking.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I'm like, when it's a TV show, I don't care. When it's a movie, that's when I care.
Problem, right?
Like, Hulu has ads on movies, which pisses me off.
Peacock, I love it because they'll play them before the movie starts.
Yes, a lot of services do that. I think the crazy thing for me is this entices me a little bit to pay a little bit more money to go ad free. Because
absolutely.
CNBC confirmed, like, oh, Raw's gonna, like, you're gonna keep wrestling during.
And they're gonna book it around it.
This also probably means no picture-in-picture ads.
No, those are gone
for Raw.
Yeah, those are gone for Raw. I do want to make that very clear. I should make that clear. Is yes. Excuse me. For Raw.
Larry says, Angle, will the PLE stay on Peacock? So if you missed it, we talked about this earlier. There was confirmation. If you live in America, you will have the pay-per-views on Peacock. And then if you live outside of America, if you have Netflix, you'll be able to watch the PLEs on Netflix. That's crazy. It is.
It is.
I think that reason alone is why I think, hey, everything's leaving Peacock going to Netflix.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can see it. I can see it happening like that all day.
And just imagine how all this got started too. They wanted to do a Vince McMahon documentary, and that kind of opened the doors for
the talks. Man, what a time, dude.
Okay. I think where was it?
What is it?
I don't want us to answer this question because we will be doing a prediction show for the Royal Rumble. But I don't want to ignore you, Anthony, because you are constantly coming to the chat, and I want to show you a little bit of love. But stay tuned. I think we'll do the prediction show Thursday.
Okay.
I'm going to have to actually think long and hard about my predictions because this is the most unpredictable time in WWE history.
I do have to sit down. I think the next 2 days, I'll probably be sitting down thinking about what's going on.
Because I'm telling you right now, The Rock is on the board of the directors. If they really want, The Rock could just fucking win the Royal Rumble and challenge Roman Reigns.
If they want to.
It wouldn't shock me if they did it.
Nope. I'm going to think long and hard. I think you're right. Think long and hard about these.
Ain't that some shit?
Ain't that some shit? Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Okay.
Sorry. I'm just
No. I wasn't even talking about you. No, I was looking at. I'm a new content creator in the world, guys. So I had made something, posted it on TikTok, and man, oh man,
did it blow up?
It's popping off right now.
Beautiful.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm new to the wrestling landscape and stuff like that. Shout out to Ango. Ango has definitely put me on tremendously and helped me in ways that I couldn't describe. So even doing this show and being here in front of you guys is absolutely outstanding, and I appreciate you so much, Ango. But yeah, I looked at my it's not so much that the views are really high, but everybody's there. Everybody's there.
What a freaking day, dude.
What a day, man. What a day. This is my first experience on like a big day like this happening as a wrestling content creator. Love this stuff.
Oh, the adrenaline rush that you get.
Man, what?
Oh, and Julia still hasn't joined the WWE yet, but
yep.
expected.
Yep.
Okada's probably coming to WWE. Like, what the fuck, bro? It's so crazy. It's crazy because I remember thinking like, probably not going to happen because WWE sucks and it's probably not the right choice. But it's like different because WWE is actually good these days.
And they're actually the right choice now.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. There's a little bit of optimism when years ago I would say, Okada and WWE, probably not going to work.
Right.
AJ Styles comes into WWE and you think maybe it could work, but I still don't know. Now there's a lot more confidence when WWE does stuff like that. So it's interesting. Darth Bane dropped a $1.99 super chat and he says, how about Hogan at number 30? Did you see my stream yesterday? Did you see my reaction to Hulk Hogan?
I ain't even gonna joke about it. Hell no.
You know, I just maybe no. No, it's a definitive no. Let me just
yeah. I mean, the real side of it is absolutely not.
I swear, if Hulk Hogan shows up at the Royal Rumble, brother, take back all this praise I'm giving WWE.
Man, because I'm coming on that stream and I'm shitting on them.
You're what? You're doing what on the stream?
I'm gonna come on the stream and I'm gonna shit on the WWE for Hulk Hogan showing up in the Royal Rumble.
It didn't sound like that's what you were saying.
Oh,
originally. But anyways, I digress.
I hope nobody else heard it like that.
Okay. Darth Bane, shout out to you for the super chat. Appreciate it, brother. Cameron Johnson dropping a $2 super chat. Today was a good day in my Ice Cube voice.
Today was a good day.
Dog, I woke up. I popped out of bed. I was like, what? I was going crazy.
Yeah, no, I definitely woke up at like I said, I was scrolling at the beginning of the stream. I was scrolling on my phone.
Yeah.
It was like 7, 8 a.m. running on strong
TikTok.
4 hours of sleep.
You're on TikTok and that's how you found out.
Yeah, dude, I was on TikTok. I'm a constant TikTok user. I know some people will give me backlash for that, but I am. And that's how I found out. And then I ran to Twitter, and then Twitter told me everything that I wanted to know.
It's funny that the internet, like TikTok and Twitter, is where everybody, like Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube is where people get their news. Like now it's not even so much TV anymore.
Yeah, no. There's a guy that I watch on TikTok who actually covers like world news.
Yeah.
Dylan something, I forget his last name. I knew it, bro. I knew it. And that's how everybody heard it. And now I'm upset because that's not what I was saying.
Anyways, continue. This guy
Um,
covers world news or something.
yeah, he covers world news, and it's crazy that I trust him more than I trust news on the TV.
Yeah. It's
Just saying.
I mean, listen, man, it's different. I think the big thing too is with like the social media stuff, it's instantaneous.
Yeah.
Like look at WWE posting the Netflix thing and it's got millions and millions and millions of views. Then you got ESPN and CNBC and Pat McAfee and these people and that people, they're all announcing it. Like it just kind of goes to show you the way everything is kind of just changed, you know. And look, here's the big thing, man. I seen somebody say it in the chat. They're like, or they posted on Twitter. They're like, hey, like as a Canadian, the only change come 2025 is I now save $15 a month from my provider.
Yeah.
And like that's a good thing, man. Like this is a deal where like I have family in Canada and like when they watch wrestling, like it sucks. You know, like they tell me all the time it sucks. This kind of changes the thing for them because
Now they're gonna get it on a more higher definition level, kind of in that sense, and then also getting it in like how we get it here in the United States.
yeah, like I said, the biggest thing that nobody's factoring when everybody says, "Oh, they're going to lose viewers," no. West Coast viewers, Canadian viewers, UK viewers, all these people can now watch it at the same time live on Netflix. Like that's a game changer. I would have never predicted that to be the case, regardless. But that was something that was intriguing to me, and I think that helps WWE a lot. I
Yeah.
hope this deal works out for them. I really do. I hope it works out for them. And I hope this leads to NBA leaving Warner. And I hope Warner Bros. Gets AEW for $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope everybody thrives. And I hope, honest to God, I really hope that like today's news, I hope people feel a little bit more optimistic about this because we've seen the way cable companies are.
Yep.
Like for me personally, my solution, it doesn't really matter where wrestling ends up.
No, you're gonna watch regardless.
100%. That's why I told people, like, even if you watch my video, oh, WWE to Netflix is a horrible deal. Like that video was 2 months ago. And the reason why I said that was because for me, I can deal with it. Right. It doesn't matter for me. It matters for everybody else. And somehow, some way they managed to make this deal a lot better for everyone else, which is shocking to me because I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
I didn't think WWE would do that. And I didn't think Netflix would do that. So it just turns out to be a really nice situation for everybody where it's like, hey, we can have a product where regardless of where you're at, you're able to watch it live.
Absolutely.
You know, and like if you're a fan in Mexico or if you're a fan in the UK, if you're a fan in Canada, like especially right now with the way wrestling is outside of America, it's not the easiest for people to watch. Some shows aren't even live at the same time. So then they have to watch like the replay or whatever at a different time. Like that's nice that people will be able to have a synchronized viewing experience.
Absolutely. I totally agree. It's going to be beautiful for everybody around the world is what it is right now.
Yeah. Cameron dropped another $2 super chat. He says, hey, okay, that was the wrong one. I got the news from Twitter and IG this morning. So
I'm not a big Instagram user.
I don't care about Instagram no more, bro.
Me either. I don't.
I wish I was, but the problem is Instagram got away from the photo sharing app back in the day. And
somebody said something really funny. It was is it the card? They said you busted a soldier boy when you found out the news. You hopped out your bed and turned your swag on.
I went crazy. I was like, holy shit. Because here's the thing. Whenever you wake up and you get some great news, it like kickstarts your day and you feel
and you feel ecstatic.
I remember the WWE Vince McMahon news. And I was like,
I remember that day.
Excited. I'm kind of excited, but I'm scared. I don't know what to expect. This could be the end of my career. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Nothing's going. I don't know what's going to happen.
That was very dramatic, but it was very much like, oh, I don't know what to expect now. With this, if they didn't put it this way, guys, if they didn't announce like the international aspect of it, if they didn't announce the other shows going to Netflix as well for the UK and Canada and Mexico and stuff, like if they didn't mention that, I would have been like, oh, this fucking sucks.
Absolutely.
But it's funny. A lot of people were like, "Oh, bro, you only care about what benefits you. You're selfish." I'm like, "Well, yeah, because it's me paying my money to watch a product, right?"
Yep.
And that's why I didn't like the idea of them originally going to Netflix, because I was like, "Well, that not everybody would have access to it." This is a little bit different. You will have access to it, so it's like I'm a little bit more optimistic about something like this than anything else. And to kind of throw this out there too, like there's a lot of questions, a lot of things that are coming in. A lot of people are going to have questions, and at the end of the day, like they're going to have commercials.
Yep.
It's going to be a 3-hour show on Mondays, but they are open to changing nights. I could see Netflix moving Raw to a different day. Do I think they should? No. But
The
you never
potential of it is there.
They're
They
like, I
will.
feel like for as much as we know right now, we still don't know a lot, which is
Right.
cool.
Yeah,
There's a lot
I
to
love
get
that. I love that.
There was a comment that I really liked. I want to read it. How will ratings work out now with WWE streaming on Netflix? There is no ratings, so that don't matter.
Throw them away. Throw them in the garbage.
Guys, Netflix has canceled successful shows before.
Very successful shows.
They've also canceled shitty shows. So this is nothing more
Throw
than
them
Netflix
ratings.
trying to grow their base and
Throw them ratings out of here. They don't matter.
I really don't want to talk about ratings. But shout out to Charles Yane, because he also says I got the news from Mango.
Ha yes, sir.
Appreciate that, my guy. Just really, really cool stuff happening in wrestling today, guys. Obviously, a lot has gone down today. But Billy, let me ask you a question now.
Okay.
And I'm curious for you personally.
Okay.
When you look at WWE getting this TV deal, when you look at the TV deal with CW and obviously with USA, the big concern that I see a lot of people talking about is economically, like, hey, I got to spend more money, or a Peacock costs this and Netflix costs this or whatever. For you, are you one of those people that is bothered by the idea of WWE having 3 different outlets?
No, because at the end of the day, I'm a fan, right?
Yeah.
And I genuinely feel like as a fan, I want to watch all 3 shows. So guess what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
I'm going to find my way, or however I can, to watch all 3 shows, right?
Yeah.
Plus the premium live events and stuff like that. So no, it doesn't really bug me. Does it? Let's be real here. Nobody likes spending the money. I think that's fair to say. No, I don't think nobody does. But is it something that I'm willing to do behind this? And then, especially because now it makes TV more intriguing, right? Because you never know what's going to happen, and it adds on to that, right?
Yeah.
It makes everything more unpredictable, and I'm a person who loves surprise and unpredictability. And it now adds that, so it only intrigues me more and makes me want to tune in to wrestling more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy stuff. So yeah, I would say that I'm fine with them being on 3 separate networks, because at the end of the day, I mean, I have Hulu Live TV, so I can watch SmackDown and NXT by having Hulu.
Yeah.
And then have Peacock, obviously. And now I just have to I stepped away from Netflix, I'm not gonna lie. After a while, now they've gotten me back, and I never thought they would.
Well, I think too, I know a lot of people like this. I'm not saying you're like this, but I know a lot of people who have kind of been like, oh, there's a new, like, Stranger Things, perfect example.
Yeah.
Oh, Stranger Things is on Netflix. Let me sign up for 1 month,
and then
cancel, and then whenever something new. I know people who do that.
Yeah.
The one thing about Netflix, though, this will probably be a retainer for Netflix because it's live 52 weeks a year. That's the difference between live programming. Netflix has never explored that.
Yeah.
I see them doing it more often. I think WWE is kind of like, hey, we're the first. And then Netflix is going to be like, oh, shit. Like, imagine if we can get, which this is crazy, but Netflix got the money. Can we see the NBA move to Netflix?
Yeah. Now the potential is endless.
I remember like 2 years ago, I was talking about like Netflix and HBO and all these companies want live sports. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. I've never once really considered the possibility of Netflix getting live sports. You know, they try some stuff with Formula One recently.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking like, damn, bro, what if Netflix could get some soccer? What if they, or football, football? And then what if they get American football? What if they get WWE? Like, the more value, that's one thing that people have to consider. When Netflix gets more content than just live wrestling, if they get other sports, Netflix becomes the desired
right
streaming platform. I think they're already pretty desired, but like I keep Netflix because, like I said, I get it for free with my phone plan. But
yeah,
there's like, for me, I tend to notice I don't watch enough TV shows in general because I'm constantly watching live sports.
Yeah, that's
But
my whole thing is right now I haven't even tapped into like what's on TV or what new shows are out because I like you said, I mean right now, especially with the Lions and stuff like that,
yeah.
football has been huge in my life right now.
Oh, I mean, well, and that's interesting too because Prime Video has football and they're trying to get even more football. Pretty insane, dude.
Yeah, Matt's too, but you said Trailer Park Boys and now WWE. Best reasons to get Netflix. I just want to say shout out Bubbles. Love
Bubbles.
Trailer Park Boys.
Never watched.
Oh, dude, hilarious. Funny show.
Like actually?
Yeah, no, it's actually hilarious. It's actually a Canadian-based show.
And it's on Netflix?
Yes, it is hilarious.
Like, is it like a sitcom or what is it? Like
no, I mean, it almost gives you like a like The Office. It kind of gives you that vibes.
Okay.
But it's based in a trailer park. So,
if this show is ass, I'm gonna be upset.
If you find this show ass, I just don't think you enjoy comedy because that's what it is. It's straight comedy, dude. So big shout out to Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to watch.
Him and Ricky. Definitely got to watch.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's what we'll do. Shit, dude.
Yeah, man. I know, bro.
What happens when you watch wrestling all the time? You don't even watch anything.
No, you don't. It's hard. I've known about Trailer Park Boys since I was younger. I watched it when I was younger. You know
and
what I mean?
It's for sure on Netflix.
Yes, it is on Netflix. It was a Netflix-based show.
Okay. I'll tune in.
Yeah. Just, watch 1 or 2 episodes. I told you about the TED stuff.
That's on Peacock, though.
Yeah, it is. It is. But trust my word, I'm big into comedy.
Okay. Yeah, I think you've had some good recommendations. I mean, that's really what it is, though, when you think about it from when you think about this from a TV perspective, right?
Yeah.
HBO has some exclusives, Peacock has some exclusives, Netflix has some exclusives.
Right.
That's the one thing that makes me hate streaming. Like, it would be nice if every company was like, we'll just have one giant platform, but
that'll never happen.
Shout out to Brent Chartrand. Hopefully I pronounced it correctly. Appreciate you becoming a new member on the channel. We appreciate it greatly. Shout out to you guys. If you want to become a member, you can absolutely become a member. This was an emergency pod, guys. We were just kind of like spitballing and hanging out and talking about some big stuff. There was a couple more things I want to get to. We talked about The Rock potentially getting postponed for WrestleMania 41.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys have questions or want anything read, become a member, super chat, things like that. Definitely appreciated. Billy, I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
With NXT and CW.
Okay.
Because of the rumors that Okada could be coming to WWE NXT, which I think is dumb. I think Okada and NXT is dumb. I can see the benefits to it, but I think it's dumb, right?
Yeah.
Do you think WWE treats CW like when they move to CW? Do you think they change NXT?
Yeah, I think it's going to get a completely new look.
Not just look, not just presentation, because I think that's going to happen too. Yeah. But do you think NXT, the concept of NXT, goes back to more 2020 black and gold
yes.
wrestling?
Yes, absolutely. And I think you're just now going to do it with NIL stars and stuff like that. I think you can do that now. You can utilize this NIL talent while also having them compete with professional wrestlers around the world, and you mix the two, and hopefully you get something magical. And I think WWE has an understanding of where these guys are good and where they're bad. So yeah, I do believe the overall programming of NXT is going to be just of that. You're going to get a mix of both worlds. These college athletes, they're not going to go away from that NIL stuff. It's good for business, right? It really is. They're going to mesh. It's going to be good stuff. HBK knows what he's doing down there. He does. I genuinely, personally think he does. I like NXT for what it is. But yeah, understand that Okada right now probably isn't the guy to throw on NXT, if I'm being 100% honest. I don't think he's the guy. Would you agree? Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm not reading that. Robin, he did. Robin, he said no. He doesn't agree. Robin, this is the same guy who wants me to help him beat you in WWE 2K. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Here I am. But no, I don't agree, or I don't believe that Okada should be in NXT. I don't think it's a really good idea right now. I think he needs to be bumped up straight into the main roster. I think you can have him do some work. Did bounced. He was gone, nowhere to be found.
I got scared. I saw Robin in the chat. I was like, "Fuck." No, my bad, guys. I had a phone call. Dude, just I don't know. I like live streaming during the day so much more.
Yeah, dude, it's fun.
Like, honestly, low key, I feel like I kind of want to start streaming video games again. Probably just on this channel during the day. I don't know, or maybe Moringo or something. But
I'm a tweener right now. I want you to know that. I don't know whether to join you or Robin right now. I feel so betrayed,
buddy.
I feel stabbed in the back. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
CM Punk posted on Instagram story 5
Bill Phil.
5 Bill Phil, baby. 5 Bill Phil. Let's go. This guy is crazy.
5 Bill Phil.
Kind of going back to the Okada NXT thing.
Yeah.
I think yesterday I outlined the perfect booking scenario where I was saying, I think Brock Lesnar throws out Gunther in the Rumble. But I would love Gunther be like, how am I the Intercontinental Champion not booked on the show? I think Okada Gunther at WrestleMania would be insanity. It would be
nuts.
It would be crazy, dude. 5 Bill Phil in the Royal Rumble. Obviously,
somebody said put it on a t-shirt.
If I put it on a t-shirt right now, will you buy it? No cap. I'll put it on a t-shirt right now if you buy it. Oh shit, dude. Okada is trending on Twitter.
He is. I looked at the trending topics. He's trending on Twitter right now.
So people saying that nobody knows Okada, he wouldn't get a big pop at
Yeah, he's trending. You're crazy. WWE might trademark 5 Bill Phil. Yeah, if we hurry up and throw it on a t-shirt, that might happen.
I don't know why I'm doing this, but whatever.
Oh no. What are you doing?
Hold on, I'm making a 5 Bill show.
5 Bill show.
5 Bill Phil. Sure. My bad, guys. I'm discombobulated right now. I'm obviously very excited about today.
Everybody's very excited, brother. Everybody's having a good time. That's why this is the destination. That's why this is the place. Because guess what?
This is live TV, bro.
This is, dude.
Hey, I did find out that a lot of people actually watch my stuff on TV, which is pretty insane.
That's actually really cool.
I never really thought people watch YouTube videos on a TV.
Yeah, me either, until I caught myself doing it one time.
I started doing that a lot more. Well, that's the thing too, like I have a Google TV, Apple TV, Roku TV. Like I have all those like devices.
Yeah.
And I like my live TV is
might as well use it to your advantage.
Let me
They're saying yes. They're saying they're copping the shirt.
We'll see how true that is.
Right. You're gonna put them up to the test?
We're gonna put them up to the test.
Hey, five Bill Billy. Throw that on a shirt.
$5 bill.
It's actually $5
Bill Billy, $5 bill angle. Guys, I don't have a $5 billion TV deal. I'm not on Raw. I can't.
I'm $5 Billy.
All right, let's see.
Robin says he watches YouTube on TV, and I don't know how that's possible. Robin, you are on here right now typing into the chat. Can you type into the chat on the TV? I don't know if you can.
We're going to offer this in multiple colors. Just 2 colors, red and black.
There's no way you are on live right now making this. Bro, you're being serious. Somebody said Billy Mania runs wild. That's what we do around here, brother.
There you go. There's a link.
I'm posting. I'm copying and pasting it. Hold on. Let's see Let's see if people cop.
Oh wait, I think I posted the wrong link.
Yeah, yeah, you did. Okay. All right. There it is. Let me see. Here we go. Boom. Boom. I'm pasting it right now. Here we go.
Y'all have like 2 minutes to buy it because I'm taking it down. But really, what you should do is buy an Ango Show t-shirt at Ango.live.
Absolutely.
Ango.live. www.ango.live.
Look at that Ango Show merch. The purple hoodie is fire.
Dog, that one's my favorite, bro.
I should cop.
Oh, wow. Would you look at that? $5 bill Phil has been sold out.
Oh, no. How many did you put up there?
5 million, and they sold out.
Dang. They gotcha.
I sold out, guys. That was crazy.
Yeah, gone. Nowhere to be found ever again. I'm coming on here with the Ango Show hoodie.
I'm going to mark the product as sold out. Oh, no. Sorry, guys. It's sold out.
There is no way this is actually happening.
The beauty of live entertainment, bro.
Absolutely, because we are raw and authentic over here. Authentic.
How do I do this? Share screen. Oh, shit. I thought I clicked yes. There we go.
$5 bill.
Ango 316. You go to the shop. We got Ango 316. We got the Ango Show purple hoodie. Dog, this shit's fire, though.
I'm telling you. Although I would like to see it in red.
Yeah, you love red, don't you?
Red's my favorite color.
Guys, honestly, I use Fourth Wall for merchandise, and I've never had any complaints. They do a really good job with merch.
Yeah, the way that these pictures are set up is absolutely beautiful. Ango 316.
Sold out. In terms of sizes, yeah, they run very well, true to size.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Ango 316. Can I get a hell yeah? Hell yeah, Robin. Red is the color.
Let me see. Because I thought I did put the Angle 316 shirt in red. I wanted one actually in red, and that's why I forgot.
I'm telling you, it would be fire in red.
Oh, do they let me edit it? Yeah.
Oh, I'm wondering if I should troll you right now.
How so?
Give me 2 seconds.
Okay. Apparently Billy's gonna troll me, so that's nice. Yeah, so if you guys want to buy a shirt, you can. You definitely don't have to, but you can. Good times ahead. What a fun live stream, bro. I'm gonna launch some new merch. Are you back, Billy? Can I put you on the screen?
I just want to know how many real fans are here. Do you know what this is?
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
So if you guys do not know, this is Destination Pro Wrestling merch. If you guys don't know what Destination Pro Wrestling is, Angle, would you like to tell everybody what it is?
Bro, that's the old days, man. That's the old shit. You know, the funny thing is that shirt was such a fucking cool design.
It was, dude. I love the design of it.
That's crazy. You know, you guys just made me realize how much I'm slacking on the merch. So let's do that. We could create hats. We're doing this live. Screw it.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, well, here in a second, I'm about to start eating on stream.
What are you eating?
I have Savvy Sliders.
No way.
Yeah.
Did they pay you for that ad spot or no?
No, they did not.
Okay, just grab some tape and cover up the logo. No, I'm kidding.
I'm taking a bite. Hold on.
Wow, dude, this show has gone off the rails. Amazing. Sean G asks, is Okada going to WWE? There's a report that suggests he's going to WWE, potentially NXT. The other report that came out was, hey, talks are premature.
Mm-hmm.
But the way I look at it is, we'll see.
Yeah, you're the one who texted me about the Okada stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, no way.
I mean, bro,
not right away.
I would personally rather see him in NXT than NXT in WWE.
So,
largely just due to the fact that, like, I've always had that like, man, what would it be like if he was there?
And he doesn't have to stay the whole time, or he doesn't have to stay forever. He can leave too eventually. Go somewhere else.
That's why I'm curious, but
how old is Okada? Like 36?
I don't know.
I know he's going to be somewhere along those lines. This live stream has gone, you said it a little bit ago, has gone off the rail.
That's kind of the beauty with what we do.
It is, bro. I love it so much. This is awesome.
Okay, so yeah, we have hats in black and white.
Okay.
Let's see what it looks like. Damn, that's kind of fire, dog. No cap, this hat is fire. That's the description for the hat.
What is it? No cap?
No cap, this hat is fire.
So cheesy.
Dude, this is
Dude, I hope everybody's having fun in here.
Yeah, man, you know. It's cool. We're at a fun time in wrestling, bro. It's I think a lot of people are genuinely just enjoying wrestling today, and that's cool.
I agree. Right now is huge.
Damn, I might have to cop this in white, bro. This is fire.
Let me see. I'm posting it or pasting it. That is tough. All I have it in is black right now, though.
No, it's in white and black.
Oh, it isn't white. Haha. Oh, dude, that's tough.
I'm gonna definitely put out some new merch today. This should be fun. I'm gonna design some stuff.
Do it, dude. I'm gonna cop some.
Let's see. Go to Twitter.
What's popping on Twitter?
I don't know. That's what I'm going on there.
Anything special popping out on Twitter?
There's a whole bunch of stuff with the WWE.
Oh, is that my man? That's my guy.
Can you hear it?
Yeah,
We gonna see you.
that's
Well,
the man.
Yeah, it goes back to what I was saying about The Rock. I don't want to play it because of the copyright stuff, but
Mhm.
The Rock basically, it's just the long gamer thing.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, guys, it sounds like he's gonna go. Robin, we have beanies on the website. Stop interrupting.
Yeah, Robin.
Jeez, we have beanies. Buy one.
Well, good.
No, it goes back to what I was saying about The Rock though on ESPN, like the long term, like, oh, it sounds like maybe him and Roman happens at WrestleMania 41, which from a global perspective makes a lot more sense now with this deal. It just makes a lot of sense. Also, there is some stuff about Chad Gable breaking off from Alpha Academy, getting a singles push.
We talked about that last night.
Yeah, they view him as Kurt Angle. I'll talk about more of that in depth in a video. Pretty remarkable day for wrestling, dude. This is
Doing amazing stuff.
quite extraordinary, honestly.
Absolutely, I agree. I love what's going on. Ango and Billy's shoes. That's insane. If you find a guy who knows how to make shoes, call me.
You know, it's so funny because I've always wanted to do custom shoes. Like actually, not for like not to sell, but like for me, like a pair of Air Forces with like my logo and stuff on it.
That'd be tight.
I know this girl that designs them and she does some like really dope stuff. But dude, it takes her forever.
David doesn't know anybody who makes shoes.
Yeah. It'd be cool, man. It'd be really cool. Mattresses? All right.
Mattresses is insane.
Billy likes to troll, huh?
Oh,
Robin for sure does. I know Billy does too.
I'm a huge troll, bro. I don't care.
Once WWE's deal with Peacock in 2026, would you guys like to have the PLEs back on WWE for US and Canada? I mean, I just want to, at that point, just move it all to Netflix.
Right. At that point.
It makes everybody happier, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the big thing is like, why,
Not the Red Octobers. Yo, bro, your audience is fire. They're hilarious.
yeah, we got a great community.
Dude, me. I like that. Can we get an Ango show, the Ango show football?
An Angle Show football? No. What the hell?
Why not?
I couldn't see. I was trying to look for why the beanie wasn't on the website, and I just seen that I had it hidden.
See, David, now you're on to something. Now we're thinking up here. I'm not sure if you see Ango and Billy Burgers. I gets down with the get down, and I'm ready to cook. So, I don't know. I'm not saying nothing. All I'm saying is, if you see me in a chef's hat, just know I'm working on something. That's all I'm saying. What'd you post in the? Oh, there's the beanie.
Yeah, no, because it was hidden. I don't know why it was hidden.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Let me see. Here we are, being wrong. See, now we're talking. Now we're cooking with fire. That's red.
Yeah. The logo's always alternated logos, the colors for different styles and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I appreciate the red. For $25, go get you a Engo Show beanie.
Keep your ears warm.
That's what we're doing over here. I need to buy some merch. That way I can wear it on here so everybody can see it, what it looks like in person.
That's what I'm gonna start doing, just wearing my own merch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think that's what we should do.
I don't
For
know
this
if
show?
fourth wall, I don't know if they've added it, but I've always been inspired by Imperium, like their track jackets.
Yeah,
I always want to get my own with my logo on it.
that would be tough.
I don't think they have it though. Let me see. Let me see if they have it. They didn't have it before. That was the problem. They don't.
Hey, shout out to my man Titus. He said we're dope for real. Worldwide?
You guys are dope for real, man. These
Right.
are the
You
type
guys are
of
amazing.
live streams where it's like we just go off the walls.
I was not, dude. I'm so sorry. I started eating on this live stream. I got so hungry. I've been hungry this whole time, and I've had this food sitting here for about 30, 45 minutes, and I was like, dude, I want to take a bite really bad.
Brother, you're allowed. Breaking news. It's not a slow news day, guys.
Oh, let's go.
Breaking news. Nick Nemeth has been announced for Windy City Riot, New Japan Pro Wrestling in Chicago, April 12th. He will be in action. Beauty of the TNA New Japan Pro Wrestling deal. They work together. Breaking news. This is definitely a troll, but I'm throwing it up here anyways.
No way.
Our good friend Okada is coming to WWE NXT, and it's been officially revealed that Okada will be part of one of the greatest things currently happening on television. Oh my God, it's actually happening. Hold on, my friends. Holy shit, I cannot believe it. This is insane. Truly a remarkable moment. Holy shit. I gotta throw this on the screen, guys. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
If they do that to my man Okada, I'm gonna freak the fuck out.
Why? Why you gonna do that? Why you gonna freak out? You don't want to see him and chase you? He's to chase you to the top.
Hell no. That would be.
Tell
Dog,
me
I see people on Twitter being like, nah, hold on. Shawn Michaels could cook with this. No. No, that'd be fucking shit. That would be garbage. Don't ever do that. Don't ruin Okada, bro. If you bring in Okada to NXT, please keep him away from the Disney portion of NXT. Put him with the Dijaks and the Baron Corbins and the Braun Breakers and Carmelo Hayes, and put him in like the cool shit. Don't put him in the stuff where
you had people in the chat going. They were like, no way.
I do love Dijak was on Twitter. He goes, I don't give the slightest shit about wrestling Okada unless he's the NXT champion. So you can take your fantasy booking nonsense and go F yourself with it. Dijak is the best on Twitter. I swear. I think he's so underrated. But it was just, I fucking loved it. I thought that was hilarious.
I've been having this dance. Somebody said I got a bug. I've been dancing a lot.
Brother, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know either, man.
What a day. What a day. What a day for pro wrestling, honestly. Fun day. And I feel like this week is going to be just one of the best days for us. You know, like this weekend, it's going to be. I was genuinely excited for NXT tonight. I was genuinely excited for AEW tomorrow. Minoru Suzuki versus Edge is crazy. And then obviously you have Royal Rumble Saturday. TNA Thursday looks to be a really good episode. So like it's just pretty dope that we're at a stage where right now this seems like we're not even at WrestleMania week, and this is one of the
we get to experience it all too.
Yeah, just a great time, honestly.
The Royal Rumble is gonna be fire. All right, y'all. My mukbang is over.
Yeah, the mukbang is over.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I think we should actually end the stream now because 2.5 hours Was a lot longer than I anticipated, but it was an emergency pod. Very fun. And appreciate you all coming by. If you're not subscribed to Billy, you should. YouTube.com/Billy TKO.
Appreciate y'all.
And yeah, man, that was fun.
That was
fun stuff. Big day for wrestling, dude. I honestly, I'm excited. I'm excited for everybody, man. I'm excited for WWE and AEW, and I'm excited to see, TNA TV deal and stuff. Just really, really cool to just see what wrestling has become this year. Because, like I said, there wasn't a lot of optimism for me, and
now here we are.
Low key, guys. I think live streams during the day are a lot funner, but yeah, I gotta get my act together. I gotta be more structured on these live streams. But
yeah, brother.
Low key though, it's just fun talking and shooting the shit and
hell yeah,
going all over the place. And I appreciate you, Billy, for joining us, ladies and gentlemen.
I appreciate you.
The emergency pod is over. Appreciate everybody dropping super chat, becoming a member, subscribing to Billy, subscribing to this channel, and most importantly, giving up your time with us for 2.5 hours. The watch time on the stream has been incredible, and I definitely appreciate that. So thank you all very much. With that being said, this was a special version of The Angle Show.